Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I just got back from our OTT platform. Also, just called in at XNNX News because I got to do an important broadcast and a newsletter. I know only two people are subscribed to it, but every little helps. I do spend about 12 hours in the evening sat down in my little comfy chair in the backyard writing down all kinds of pretty little notes and poems, and it's a shame that only two people actually appreciate that, and that's my two alternative accounts, one of which is even banned as well. So, I got to try and figure things out. But anybody watching at any point in time, you're very welcome to sign up to the XNN newsletter. It's definitely worth your time. Okay, not to be disappointed. I'm probably the only individual around here that can actually write coherent poems. Because the last time I came across somebody that could write poems, they were a complete piss pot. They were a big freeloader, especially on the OTT platform, and even on Bob Farrell's channel. Letting Bob Farrell's channel dry up a little bit really disappointing. But that poet in the past, doing all kinds of fancy writings, made absolutely no sense. A complete idiot, a two-faced bitch, and clearly they didn't even know what they were talking about. Literally a two-faced bitch, that's all I can say. And on this occasion, I do not wish them the best of luck. They can act how they do one place and then change in a different location. See, the thing is, one thing that separates me from the bitch over there is my poems are significantly greater on a completely different stratosphere. And I actually remain consistent because if you didn't already know, when it comes to moving about, I got a personal mirror, okay? Rotates all the way around me to remind me of how great I really am and how shit you are, okay? You got a bit of a petty personality and some kind of issues going on. But with me, there were zero issues, okay? There may be times where I'll be sat here and I'm thinking, goodness gracious, look at these glasses. And maybe I could do with new replacement ones, or maybe I could adjust them slightly. The one thing that I have understood to learn, whether it be on set in the high-end movies or just simply in the streets of LA, there's a lot of people that like to wear glasses, but they do not wear them properly, okay? During my time on the, true crime community, all the different panels out there from Watcher Crazy to Miss T Guidance to Danielle, and a few more, such as Belle V, and a couple more. You see, you look at their glasses and they're just not straight. Okay, maybe they're in some kind of a lesbian stranglehold relationship, but that's a completely different story. Let's not go there with Arkansas either, because maybe she'll be getting involved as well. Whoa, hold your horses. I know it's breaking news, but I don't think Arkansas wears glasses, so she probably won't be joining in this time round. But, I'm available because I do all kinds of things. I attend all kind of parties. I actually host them myself in my giant mansion pad. You want to come to Mr. X crib tours, you're very welcome. You want to pimp my ride out? There's no pimping around here because I'm the one that does it in the first place. I got a lot of contacts, and that does not include you, Vegas girl. I'm not going to be pimping you out anytime soon. You're doing it yourself, and I don't want to go anywhere near that. But, it all makes sense in a minute. Vegas girl pimping her food out, selling food, in the back line. I wonder if the other places know what you're getting up to, Vegas girl. We'll get to that very shortly. But I said, a lot of people on YouTube streets that just simply don't know how to wear these proper glasses and shades. There might be a lot of shady individuals out there. Sometimes Miss T can be a little bit dodgy, and especially a dangerous individual when it comes to sitting on objects. Look at the amount of chairs that we have donated to her. Yeah, that's right, Miss T. I told you so. We're getting chairs and just put it back in our face. I don't think so. You'll be getting no more. See, this is the thing. stuff like this gets out of control. Kind of like Bob Farrell's channel. Ever since Mr. X, Jim Terry, has departed, Bob Farrell has been a bit of a lost animal, but, it's just one of those things. We go around, we do our rounds. We did Johnny Yarborough in the past. Look where he's at now, statistically plummeting. Even if the statistics show he's doing really good and he's getting a lot of super chats, it's nothing compared to us. Our absolutely incredible OTT offer, okay? Vegas Girl. We offered a 50-cent discount to you. And Vegas Girl, you turned it down. You threw it back in our face. You even said to us that you're worth a lot more money. Well, we're the experts around here, not you, Vegas Girl. We actually offer and deal with all the money. We're the successful ones. You need to listen and stay in line. See, this is the thing, Vegas Girl. When I said we're going to offer you a 50-cent discount, that actually meant free tickets to the next 50-cent rap concert. Because we know you seem like an individual that's really into rap, coming from, from the streets down under. Don't even get it confused there. I know you like going to rap concerts. You like 50 Cent. You got 50 Cent wallpapers in your bedroom and all over the place. I thought it'd be actually a nice offer to actually issue you some free tickets. But clearly, you don't want that. You turn it down in our face. So, by the way, Vegas Girl, we're going to be blocking you on our OTT platform. I don't even care if you're not even a member. We're going to block you anyway. We're probably even going to block you from your own YouTube channel because you don't deserve to have a platform, unlike us, because we're all about establishing balance, enabling voices all around, and welcoming all kinds of people, including some contests along the way. You got a stick of butter, you can eat it, or you can shove it elsewhere. Maybe that's the next contest. See how much it can eat up from the rear end. But we don't do gay stuff around here. We're not all about gayness, even though some people like flashing images up on the screen. See, here's the thing, Vegas Girl. There's a few more additional points we need to acknowledge, but we'll get to them very shortly. There's still a few more things that I need to acknowledge, okay? If people didn't already know, I'm clearly Mr. X. I'm the man with the plan, and you should know by now. So, when it comes to other channels out there, we got Twin Mama, Twin Towers, we've got Sugar Plum Fairy, we got Cluckers, we got Stiffy. Who the hell's that? My pole? Not at all. Not at this moment in time. In the present Vegas Girl, it's like a shrimp, but completely different. We got Crystal Meth. No, I'm sorry. That's just Betty Haywood's package. I just read it on the label wrong. Not Crystal Meth. Crystal Ann, who's been a little bit vocal recently, just observing in the background. 28 Alice. Who are all these names and characters coming about the hat? I'm just pulling them out like I pull needles out of a basket. It's just a lot of rejects that are just, turn up elsewhere. It's like mass immigration protocol as they keep moving about, migrating from place to place like a fucking ape. But we're not going to be seeing any apes or gorillas anytime soon because some have actually gotten into some trouble. You won't be finding me getting in any trouble. You try online, you'll be not finding any mugshots. And speaking of which, the Jim Terry one, completely different. There's a lot of misinformation and fake news there. Reality is, Jim Terry was tuning in to some kind of reality TV show hosted by me because I am a very successful individual in the movie business. And we had to take a fake photo shoot mugshot, and that was all. As for the bald head, that's completely fake as well. Someone clearly airbrushed that in the past. I mean, really, if you look at Arkansas, you look at Betty Hayward, you look at Belle V, you look at Danielle Illuminati, and you see those profile pictures, I think what we could break it down to is 2023, the year of the fake bitch filters. See, this is the thing. You're not going to be seeing any videos of me wearing any makeup or any filters. I don't need to enhance myself when I'm already a beautiful-looking individual. Isn't that right, Betty Hayward? Betty Hayward! Acknowledge me right now. Betty Hayward, tell me that I'm a beautiful individual. Come on, Betty Hayward, come here right now. Here's my hand, kiss my hand right now, Betty Hayward. We still own the copyrights to you, and we still see that dog collar which is tattooed on your back, because that was one of the forfeits that you had to participate in the past. Because we actually got some OTT high-end premium content which we'll be releasing at any time soon, and it actually involved Betty Hayward in a pie eating contest. Now those pies were cream. Cream pies failed deep. Unfortunately, Betty Hayward can only take so much cream pie. After that, just leaking. So unfortunately, the forfeit was, if you fail, you get a tattoo of a dog tag on your back. And that's what Betty Hayward did. Now, when you see Betty Hayward appearing on Lacey H, on Belle V, or Fumble, or Strangle Nuts, choke me, Daddy, choke me, yeah. Anyway, I hope you don't have your volume turned too high up. If so, you're in very naughty trouble. You'll have to try explaining that to your significant half. Maybe you're having an affair. We know some that already have been, but let me get back on track. You see, Betty Hayward, wherever she goes, she's suddenly covering up, wearing clothes high up to the neck, wearing long-sleeve tops at times, taking a few tips out of Belle V's fashion book. But this is the thing. You know what the real pattern is that when Betty Hayward is wearing clothes, covering herself up, unlike that photo that was leaked in previous time, thanks very much, Repo Man, for coming on in, reaping the rewards, and reaping the photos. God knows what Repo Man did with them, but said something about being on a bed, having a few plums and cherries drizzled on top, some kind of weird fruit salad gone off, just like Betty Hayward's expiry date. God, have you seen her eyes? I've seen a lot. But I feel sorry for Repo Man that had to be on the other end of it. Now, we can't fully confirm if those photos are Betty Hayward, but I'm sure I am right and you're wrong. But on the matter of that, when you see Betty Hayward these days on those live stream panels, okay, all the people that we made famous, all the people that we made a success and they had the cheek to run away, which is very disrespectful, Betty Hayward covers up her tattoo, okay? I'm sure there's a lot of people that notice that with time. It's a little bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, even I would be ashamed to have a tattoo like that. See, you won't be catching me walking around with any tattoos anytime soon. But with some other people out there, it's a completely different story. And as we know, Betty Hayward leads a double life. While she's not nailing her packages, while she's not breaking Betty Hayward, breaking Betty Hayward's better, mix better again, make America better again, if it's not that, Betty Hayward is secretly dressing up as a pizza. As we've seen, Betty Hayward is some kind of a long-lost Italian princess. My God, I'm the princess around here. You need to get real, girl. I don't know what you're trying to do, Betty Hayward. Trying to talk on behalf of me, but it's just not gonna work, okay? We own you. You're gonna listen. Betty Hayward has secretly been dressing up as a pizza to advertise Kaylee Domino's Pizza Hut, okay? We got Kaylee, okay? Some unusual photos, definitely been through the wars, okay? Actually, I'll be honest with you. When I actually saw Kaylee first time round in a video, I actually thought I was watching Lord of the Rings. I actually thought it was Gollum, realized it was Kaylee, and I was actually shocked myself, because even Gollum looks more prettier than, some out there. But it's just one of those things, okay? You get through a lot of pizza, it's going to do you a lot of damage with time. Betty Hayward's on the back end of it, dressing up and advertising out in the pouring rain. I hope Kaylee is paying you well, Betty Hayward, because you're not going to be earning any more money, just like how we were paying you in the past. We were paying Betty Hayward peanuts, okay? Literal peanuts. That's better than anything else. And this is another thing that you didn't understand. Let me talk! It's my time to talk, Betty Hayward! When you were working for us, you were an incredible individual. You were an incredible talent. But unfortunately, you broke away. And that's just not how we roll. But I would say something, Betty Haywood, if you stuck around, if you uploaded more photos and content for our channel on our ODT platform, incredible numbers, breaking records by the second, just like how Misty breaks as many chairs in a day. Let me talk to you, Betty Hayward. If you stuck around long enough, we would have offered you free photos of giant poles. We would have given you all the content, and we actually would have given you the VIP access to all our actual mails that will come down to your club. But you turned it down. You disrespect your Betty Hayward. Not good enough. You clearly heard Betty Hayward, an actually incredible individual, an incredible offer, but you turn it down. And when persons turn things down like that, it's just washed away in the water. Kind of like Bob Farrell twin mama washed up in the waters. See, when it comes to BJ, and no, we're not talking about Nance in the background, BJJ expert. It begs to differ there, because I think I'm actually better than Nance when it comes to BJJ. Okay, there's not as much obstructions in the way. Not got any issues there. But when it comes to BJ, Crab Leg Tuesday, got the crabs, kind of like Katie Marie did. Unfortunate Matt Lingo, came up a bit short there, kind of like the poll in the end. Didn't quite measure up to standards, but see, Matt Lingo gets a little bit petty at times, always accusing other people as being bullies. But the real bully in the situation is Katie Marie, because every day and every night when Matt Lingo goes to sleep, Katie Marie always reminds Matt Lingo that he always falls a little bit short. But see, this is the problem. When you're dealing with Katie Marie, Katie has bigger needles than Matt Lingo does. That's really embarrassing. But, what can you really do? I mean, I heard some other individuals who got giant carrots and giant cactuses, but, when you're dealing with such pricks like that, what do you really expect? See, I'm the less prickly character out there. I'm really approachable, okay? I'm almost soft as a teddy bear. But I'm not going to be giving out any hugs. But, if you got money, you want to donate to me, you got a PayPal Cash App. Feel free to do that, and then maybe you can sit on my lap, okay? It's Christmas time, so it's close enough, isn't it? But is there any other individuals that I need to... Yeah, BJ, we had an incredible show. We actually got government laptop guy, government computer guy, government Nokia guy, and we even got some tech guy. Don't know who he is, but he's got an incredible mask. It makes me a little bit jealous. But actually tuned on in to BJ and gave her directions of where to go and how to schedule videos. Basically schedule them as much as possible so the likes of Twin Mama cannot do shit about it. And gets all upset in the background. As for Leanne, God, I don't know what's going on with Leanne, but the last photo that I seen, she was looking down at the ground and she looked really confused. And it was actually a sore sight for my eyes. And it's not the only thing that hurt and burnt my eyes. I'll get to that very shortly, and that involves you, Vegas girl. But we know Leanne is a bit of a piss head, gets a little bit drunk from time to time, must have learned it from Belle V's AA meetings, also known as Alcohol Anonymous. See, this is the thing. We got the daily scoop on everything that goes on in the background. What you don't actually know is in the background, Belle V, Leanne, and a few others along the way secretly meet up together to have some drinking sessions, get absolutely wasted to the point where they can't control themselves. Some are actually pissing all over. They're just completely letting go, and it's absolutely disgusting, if you get my drift. It's absolutely terrible to see. But that aside, when they're done, they go to other platforms and panels, and they just completely contaminate it all. You won't see me hopping about because I actually have some better standards. I only go on a couple of channels from time to time. This is the Gay Cowboy Dallas Dancing Club. Absolutely incredible performance there. Some little lineback dancing. I think I'll be getting involved next time. You need to get some cowboy boots. Long and brown enough to shove right up your ass if you get in my way, and with the spurs on the back. See, this is the thing. We heard Betty Hayward actually advise Warlike Raph to wear chaps on the back of his trousers, which are basically exposing the rear end. Now, if it was Betty Hayward in some kind of artisan artistry in Italia, maybe she's got a paintbrush and a palette, but to be honest, due to her teeth and her mouth and what she puts in her mouth, I think she's a palette short from a dentist appointment down the street. So Betty Hayward, you better watch what you put in your mouth. It's all about oral hygiene. I'm sure Confluence will know all about that. Absolute expert in the field. But as you know, you got any problems, just go to the Shack Lady. She is an absolute veteran, a 20, 40, 50-year plus veteran in every field and academia out there. She is the most intelligent individual out there. She's the only person that can get a minus score on the IQ test, because even the IQ test has given up on such an annoying bitch like her and her tone of voice. It's just one of those things. When you surround yourself with some that look like potatoes and get very soggy, it's going to become very saturated in your brain. Your brain is going to absorb it like a sponge, and it's just going to really dumb you down. And that's the reason why I don't stick around when the likes of Watcher Crazy is present in Bob Farrell's channel. I always depart real quick. Because the longer I spend around Watcher Crazy and her Valley Girl voice, it really dumbs me down. And I don't want to be losing intelligence, because this is an important part of my life. It's like a milestone that I'm reaching with all these movies that I'm producing and all these Oscar-winning rewards and awards. I don't want to be, I want to be on high performance. Okay, there's a lot of people out there that are really on low performance. Just like Vegas Girl. But, it's just not how I roll. I roll in high-end vehicles and high-end white vans. I get picked up from time to time with the guy in the white van down the road. Iceman, I don't know who he is, but he gives me free rides and free candy. So I'm going to be taking that very easily, even if he treats me like kids in gloves. See, I'm just a big kid at heart at the end of the day, because I love writing storybooks. But, when Betty Hayward writes storybooks, it's a very twisted plot, okay? Just like the plot she had in Warlike Raph, okay? We heard on our previous platform, which was demonetized and as well taken down, YouTube, that Betty Hayward, despite everything she claims, said she does not like Warlike Raph's voice. She cannot understand it. And I think the reason when Betty Hayward asked Warlike Raph to wear chaps to expose his ass, it wasn't for any other reason but just to use it as a storage compartment. See, Betty Hayward has been receiving a lot in the mail recently. The postman has literally camped outside in a tent because of all the packages that need to go through her back door. See, we tried, just like Danielle, but she came up very short, okay? We gave her sunscreen, we gave her UV lights, and it just didn't work because her skin is so pale, even the vampires are terrified of Danielle. But with Betty Hayward, her front door has been used so much, it's just gone all floppy, okay? Betty Hayward's front door is, it looks horrible. You cannot fit anything in anymore because it's just all deformed. That's why, when it came to the mail, we had to try Betty Hayward's back door. And to be honest, Betty Hayward's back door was a little bit tight, okay? Might need oiling up. I think the hinges on the doors have gone very stiff. And I think a few cobwebs have formed. But once we got it loosened up, we were posting mail through Betty Hayward's back door like no tomorrow. All kinds of packages, parcels, chain mail, chain gang, circular, even with padlocks on and straps. They all managed to fit through Betty Hayward's back door. But I think her capacity has reached maximum, okay? We got 56 terabytes of hardware. Don't even ask what's on it. Don't ask. I'm sure Bob Farrell has got a few bits of storage as well on his computer. We know about the subscriptions. Who else? Who knows what else he's subscribed to on other platforms. But we're not here to judge, okay? Because we're very innocent Christian individuals. We don't like gathering around a campfire. I actually got a bit of an itchy eye right now. Give me a second. I think what's happening is the allergy and the hay fevers are really getting to me at this time of the season. You might be wondering, how is that even possible? You don't understand. I got lots of flowers all around me, okay? Not because it's a funeral place, not because I'm dead on the inside and out. It's just because I like pretty colors. Like, I do a lot of painting in the background from time to time. You don't understand what I try and do. We know Leanne is so pissed in the head that she likes doing Twister on the floor with a few other fellow individuals. God knows what that sight will be. I'm sure Leanne gets twisted in all shapes and sizes like some kind of possessed individual. I feel sorry for Inky on the sideline that has to watch it all. All she wants to do is just carry on with a gaming session, but this is not possible when there's all kinds of weird activities going on face to face. You won't be catching me getting involved in any of that anytime soon, believe that. But Betty Hayward, with Betty Hayward's back door, front door being completely full and rammed full of mail, she decided to think, maybe I can stick some packages up Walleye Raft's ass. Unfortunately, that did not work out because Walleye Raft did not give in. Betty Hayward, that's why she ended up going to Fumblenut's channel, why she reached out to watch her crazy temporarily after it all went wrong. Guidance in the background too, which got very petty. Even Petty Betty getting so petty by it must be something big. And even reaching out to Just Robbie. This is the thing, Betty Hayward. You can keep on running with all your packages, but it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. You might see me running around in the movies. I got pure stamina all day, all night long. Betty Hayward, you don't. You're wheezing all over the place. You can't keep up. Eventually, you're going to run dry, just like the gas money. Watch her crazy. You can be as good as you like. You can turn into a full-on hallelujah, I seen the light, Jesus. But let me tell you something, watch her crazy. No matter how good you act, no matter how nice you are, no matter how many bridges you burn down more than the KKK does with their crosses, what is reality is that Tyler Feller is not going to be giving you, watch her crazy, any pocket money anytime soon. Daddy Tyler will not be giving you any allowance money, and don't even think about gas money, because we know you've been gaslighting everybody else. Completely different meanings, but it just translates different to us because we're on a higher level and a higher platform more than what you'll ever be. See, we already know what you're crazy. You've been stealing from Betty Hayward in gas money, never giving it back, and Betty Hayward's been left stranded. Hence why we had to step on in and rescue her after all that mess. We don't see you doing anything like that anytime soon. Really disappointing. We even seen some other individuals turning on up, even Kenny. You know who Kenny is. Okay, there's a lot of goats in the back of the van, but I'm sure Kenny is in the mystery machine right now trying to solve a mystery about who his real identity is and why is he so obsessed with Betty Hayward. The real question what you should be asking yourself is not how much Kenny is obsessed with Betty Hayward, but how focused Mr. X is when it comes to sending emails to Betty Hayward and Betty Hayward never answering them. That needs to be solved right now. Betty Hayward, I wish you nothing but the best of luck, but I really wish you would answer and reply back to my emails because this is the 500th time and you've not responded back. I'm really disappointed. At this rate, I'll probably have to be reaching out to Just Observing with the eye emojis and to try and work a way around. Probably have to reach out to Government Computer Guy again, which is terrible because we got to do some defragmentation with the disk. We got to sort out the hard drive, which has many photos on of my beautiful body. Actually, don't even ask because there's some of additional photos as well, which will actually scare you. But we got to go through the files. We got to try and reach out to the higher level. We got to try and get contact to Betty Hayward. We know Betty Hayward has secretly been paying child support on behalf of Jim Terry. I don't know why exactly, but we know Kathy and Axel have been involved as well. Kit Kat Calf, delusional Kathy, delusional bipolar-ridden bitch. that can't keep her mouth shut when she needs to, okay? Her mouth probably opens wider than the Channel Tunnel does. You probably could shove a lot of food down there. You could probably shove a lot of terabytes down there. You could probably shift a lot of Betty Haywood's frozen headbands, because as we know, Betty Haywood has been freezing in recent time. Have you not seen her? She has got no blanket, she's got no support, she's got absolutely nothing. But speaking of which, because I'm an absolute amazing individual, we actually got a red robe right here, and we're not even talking about wool like rats. This is just a cheap imitation from Wish.com, Alibaba, Fiverr, up your ass type of deal. This was actually donated from the Go Fuck Me Daddy website. I'm sorry, I don't mean that. I mean, go fund me. Me, because that's what I'm all about. High-end donations, high-end support, not like those freeloaders in the background and the back chat. See, there might be a lot of freeloaders on War Like Wrath's channel, but we don't allow that here, okay? Why should we? You know, we're creating incredible high-end content, which you should be really appreciative of. Because if you're not, you don't deserve to be here. You don't make the cut. But, you know, this red robe, completely amazing. So the delusional, bipolar-ridden bitch, you know, Kathy and Axel, feel sorry for that ginger cat. Need some catnip overdose. Might do it some good. Maybe even Kathy needs some as well, as part of the pill description. But people get jealous with this. Even the cat does. Even Org's cat. Even Augie's kangaroo. Even Matt Lingo's little needle gets turned on by this soft, embroidered, red royal robe. Even Belle V has been drooling at the mouth while she's on her knees as they keep on clicking. But this is sticking with me at this moment in time, because I'm the man and I deserve this, okay? This is really smooth. This is high quality. You might be wondering where this came from. Well, if you don't quite remember, when it came to our daily poll giveaway, a lot more reliable than Shack Lady's turkey giveaway. You see with this, Marcy Girl, who the hell's Marcy Girl? Well, a highly valued customer and slave at our OTT platform. Marzi Girl also could be known as Marzi Pan, a few centimeters away from a fucking heart attack and type 2, type 3, type 4 diabetes, just like Bob Farrell. Mad Lingo, get Katie to stick the needle in right now to take the fucking life out of somebody, because somebody's gonna drop soon. Okay, we're not talking about Miss T's ass. Other bodies are going to be dropping anytime soon. My body count is not dropping. It's going right through the roof, man. That's what I do, okay? But Marzi Girl, Marzi Pan, really wants this, but she ain't getting it back. Bob Farrell actually said he's going to drive 56, 69 miles backwards in his vehicle and actually drift around the sidewalk into delivering this and dropping it off. But, you know, when Betty Haywood is glued herself to the road, Bob Farrell is probably going to have a bit of a car crash. He's going to fuck and do his back over. We're going to have some delusional poet lady come on in. Not much of a lady, more of a bitch, just like the rest. Come on in, recite some pathetic, useless poems, and then do what? Clap the hands and clap for the NHS. Fuck that shit. It ain't not going to work. See, this is the thing. I'm actually a really highly educated major in English. I could be your teacher right now. I could actually be your daddy. I already am. So you should be listening to me right now. Betty Haywood, kiss my hand right now. Acknowledge me, Betty Haywood. Betty Haywood, you better acknowledge me. If you don't acknowledge me, Betty Haywood, I'm going to get Kenny on you like a fucking dog. We're going to get Kenny, and he's going to lock himself to your door, okay? Because we already know Betty Haywood. We've already infiltrated, but you got animals in your house. Now, don't make us do another Lance Kelly Earthworm Infotainment raid when it comes to animals supposedly being gobbled by the second. We might even get the most pettiest individual that can't get over the fact of a simple observation being made, Ty Corbin, or should we also call him Ty Chili Sweet Corbin? Not exactly sweet, more of a bitter bitch ass. What about Bitcher Buttermus Bratimus? Oh yeah, let's not forget about Buster Bratimus, the whingiest, whiniest individual, profile picture of a dog to represent that dogged nature and a dogged personality, a really whingy, whiny individual. See, I've seen Buster all over the place. I've seen Buster as Bob Farrell's mod, but look, he's ended up being kicked off as a mod. I'm not even surprised. I know Bob Farrell said he's going to reappoint him later, but at this moment in time, because it's the only joy of my life, I'm just going to take it in every second because it's really hilarious. We got Bitcher Buttimus, Bradimus, the biggest bitch around. We got IYQ2, another whingy whiny bitch. We got another bitch in the background when it comes to grey hair that said warlike Ralph Snips look disgusting. Put your shirt back on. And look at you, filthy bitch with a stupid profile picture. That looks like a complete nass. See, this is the thing. I wish everyone nothing but the best of luck in life, even though secretly I recite the Bible backwards in hell. But, lots of crazy, you know all about that because you've been down and dirty, stuck in the mud. You've been rolling with the Gators, okay? Now, the only Gators I'm getting involved in are the Gatorades, which is sponsored by my high-end movie production, while the likes of Dale, the only Gators he's wearing are Gator Crocs, as he wears on his shoes. That's all he's got, okay? Shoes of a champion? Nah. Dummy? Yeah. See, you gotta listen to Mr. X, okay? That's the bottom line, because Mr. X said so. You need to learn a thing or two about respect, because I got nothing but respect for you, but I don't think you got the same levels to me. It's not exactly reciprocal, and that's actually a major disappointment, okay? I mean, there's a lot more individuals out there like Kathy Waters. Yeah, Kathy, the pet-pegging parrot that looks like she's come out of a Victorian time-traveling machine of pettiness. We also got Joy Perry, probably 6 foot under by now, but you know what? Even Joy Perry in the ground is probably going to be waking the living dead and annoying the fuck out of them. Jesus Christ. She won't give anyone the time of day or peace, not even the graveyard. But this is the thing. It's an absolute disappointment, these people. Their petty behavior, the way they keep switching around and changing different platforms, all signing with one another and then actually walking away and appearing all friendly elsewhere. See, here's the thing with me. I'm actually going to be treating everyone with high-end respect and a lot of love. Betty Hayward, she has a little piece in my heart. Jim Terry, she has a lot in my brain. We're all one at the end of the day. It's all about spirituality, okay? We even got Candace Howard shining some crystals up in the background for us, just like crystal meth. I mean Crystal Ann. Sorry, it's, the similarities. It's the same thing at the end of the day, because they're fucking high up in delusionalism. I don't know what Crystal Ann has been talking about recently, but not far away from some crystal meth. Probably Betty Hayward supplied it her anyway. So there's a lot of drama and conflict going on, but it's got nothing to do with me, but absolutely everything to do with them. I'm going to give you a little moment in time just to take everything in, because we've got an absolutely incredible offer. If you didn't already understand, you need to like, share the video. You need to sign up to our OTT platform, 15% discount, Christmas time. Even going to enter you in a free raffle giveaway. But if you end up winning, you got to spend 2 nights with Jim Terry in a high-end trailer, completely at will, full-on consent. You don't need to worry about that. Okay, we got Girl Ryan, most vulnerable individual of the year, showing on up in the trailer. If you look enough, she might be wearing that mask. Makes her look a little bit better than normal, but it's just one of those things. Girl Ryan bouncing about from Bellevue to elsewhere, and look where she is right now. Looks like the allegiances have changed once again, but this is what it's all about. I don't change allegiances. Allegiances change me. I don't go for gender reassignment surgery. The surgery is on me. I had the final decision. I had the final choice. If you're fired, Dale, you're fired. If you're fired, Matt Lingo, Katie will do it for you, because Katie wears the big boy shorts in that household. Sorry to disappoint you. My drawers have got dynamite stuffed right in them. And Vegas girl, that is not a time for you to turn this program off now, because we know last time you decided to quit real early. It's not like you could last long enough, okay? When I talked about a 9-inch pole, I was talking about this, okay? Vegas girl, you need to learn a thing or two, because you really are confused at this moment in time, okay? So, what have we concluded with? Well, basically, there's a lot of idiots out there in the true crime community. There's a lot of two-faced, narcissistic, not like me. I'm the least narcissistic person in the room. Betty Hayward, don't be laughing at that remark. You know exactly that is the truth. Belvy, you can't handle the truth, fool! Belvy, you need to understand that what I actually say is actually the truth. Okay, you can learn a thing or two from that. As for Marissa, I don't know where Marissa is. I think she's appearing at some kind of club. Unfortunately, a club where there's poles. I feel sorry for the poles, actually. We know we've got some kind of cleaner slave in the background greasing those poles like they do with the table legs. Not exactly amounting to much, but, just what you do with peasants. See, there's a lot of peasants around me, but you're not going to be seeing any here because I have high-end gear and material, okay? Arkansas, welcome to the show if you're currently here or watching in the background. Feel free to, donate as much as possible because, as you know, it's all about showing positivity at this time of the year, okay? It's all about being as two-faced and narcissistic as possible, unlike me, because I've got better standards. I don't know what Strangle Nuts will be doing. I see, this is the thing, when it gets to Christmas and you get the mistletoe and you stood underneath it, and it says, if you're underneath the mistletoe, you're supposed to kiss the person in front of you. I think the only thing that Kenny will be kissing this year will be a fucking goat's rear end ass. As for Fumble Nuts, if he's under the mistletoe, the next person that's in his side, he's probably going to strangle them instead of kissing them. But, we've all got different rituals and different techniques, okay? We all have different techniques with our hands, kind of like BJ. When it comes to BJ, her techniques with her videos and her makeup tutorials actually bring a tear to my eye because it's really beautiful what I'm seeing with all the fish about, with all the crabs, the STIs, the infestations. It's beautiful. To be honest, BJ's channel actually has more STIs than Betty Hayward's dough. Okay, Betty Hayward's yeast infection is actually a little bit better than BJ's crabs. So it really does set the bar real low. But as you know, I'm the man with the plan. I'm the man that can raise that bar really high and keep on breaking new records. That is why a lot of people out there and a lot of channels should be very grateful about me and my presence because I've done a lot of charity work. At the end of the day, I own Johnny Yarborough. Just like Jim Tatos. You damn right I am, Johnny Yarborough. We own you. We own the copyrights. We own everything. Exactly. I'll do the rest of the talking, Junto. We don't want you straining your throat because you'll be using your throat in the backyard with the arena football team. Completely different subject. But Johnny Yarborough, we own you. When it comes to Belle V, we own you. When it comes to Bob Farrell, the feral animal slave, we own you too. When it comes to Twin Mama, we own you. And when it comes to BJ, although everything's all nice and fine and dandy right now, we'll be owning you anytime soon. And you're going to be running away in tears to the rest of the other crowd and coven of witches. This is what we do. We do a lot of charity work and a lot of people throw it back in our face. A lot of narcissistic individual people out there got some kind of narcissism disorder. It's really saddening to see. Okay, my glasses are steaming up because I'm so sad by the fact that I'm the only person that's actually good enough that has high standards and nobody else can compare to me. But you know what? I was actually impressed recently. No, not Danielle's channel. Even doing a live stream recently is just not good enough, unlike our daily schedule. No, what I was actually going to talk about was Vegas Girl. See, this is the whole point of this response. The whole point of this was there's some money issues regarding Vegas Girl and this discount offered to the OTT platform. By the way, incredible service. Even Betty Hayward agrees too. Betty Hayward, nod your head right now in agreement. It's great, isn't it? That's exactly what I like to see. All high-end consensus of agreements. But Vegas Girl, we actually offered you an incredible 50-cent discount, which actually led to you getting a free concert ticket to the next 50-cent live concert, no guns included, and you turned it down, okay? We're going to be nailing you to the floor in a second, Vegas Girl, because you need to learn a thing or two. And that was just a pun and simple language wording there, not an actual reference. Don't get so petty and sensitive, by the way. But Vegas Girl, if you're not going to listen to me, there's not really much more I can do. But I actually have a lot of care and heart, and because it's that time of the year all about giving, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind right now. I'm going to give you a piece of my spit. I'm going to spit in your mouth, because at the end of the day, this mask that I wear, it really does gather a lot of diseases, and I think maybe you need to be, given some as well, because, it's all about giving. Charity work, that's what I am. Charity Man of the Year 2023. Just like Movie Actor of the Year. The man with the best chin in the business. But let me tell you something, Vegas girl. If 50 Cent is not good enough for you, we'll actually be giving you a 75% discount. And if you're on good behavior, we're going to give you free bail and a free parole afterwards. Because with your attitude, you're going straight to the courthouse because you've not been signed up to the OTT platform in a long time. But what we have realized, Vegas girl, because our government computer guy reached out to us, our ticky-tack tech guy from BJ's Crab-like Channel's STI-infected syndrome has come along and informed us that you, Vegas girl, have been illegally streaming our high-end content and not been following guidelines, and that's a really naughty behavior. Hell, I'm actually really impressed. Incredible work. Don't let anyone else hear that. But anyway, I'm really disappointed by you, Vegas girl, so we're going to give you a 75% discount, and then after, we're going to send you to jail, because that's what we do. We're even going to get Repo Guy to repossess your assets. We're not talking about your ass, but your assets, because the other bits are lacking. Let me tell you something, Vegas girl. I don't care the situation right now, but we recently heard in your response, your initial one, that when we offered you a discount, you thought you were worth more money and more time. You even claimed, Vegas girl, that you actually flashed yourself at me, that you actually lifted the top up, and I'm not talking about the top of the hood of a car, but you actually showed your bells? Hell, let me make something very clear, Vegas girl. After you supposedly flashed yourself towards me, I actually had a bit of a seizure. I was almost face down on the ground like Bob Farrell was when Jim Terry supposedly claimed in the past. But at the end of the day, when I saw what I saw, it scarred me for life. See, this is the thing, Vegas girl, and I was going to be real nice, but it looks like that's not the case here. The gloves are off. But when you flashed yourself, Vegas girl, you actually gave me brain damage, okay? We're not talking about the same levels as the Shack lady, but you gave me brain damage more than enough to send me straight to the hospital room, which actually meant we had to pay for medical bills, and those medical bills were actually going to be used as a discount for you to access our incredible platform, our Roku app, which is rated 0 out of 5 because nobody can be bothered rating the website, but it's just one of those things. But with those medical bills, they went straight towards that and not you. So Vegas girl, you need to get your priorities straight, and you need to make sure that you act in line next time, because this might be the only time you will ever receive a special offer like that. Because, with your recent behavior, you might be learning a thing or two from Tasha T down the alleyways, because we also heard that you've been dishing out food in the background. Okay? Raw seafood, prawns, even crabs. Maybe you could get a spot on BJ's channel. You can spread the crabs, snap them apart, and maybe you can earn some additional money if you're on good behavior. But let me tell you something, Vegas girl. There's a lot of distance to cover, okay? And there's a lot of making up to do. So hopefully, Vegas girl, you can find it within yourself, wherever that may be, to apologize publicly to Mr. X and Jimmy T. You better do that soon, and maybe we'll think about a discount for you. See, here's the thing. Vegas girl supposedly invited me to eat some pancakes. Yeah, actually, no. I don't deal with those petty-ass individuals. But these pancakes were supposedly less soggy, less salty, more sweet. But I still wouldn't trust it because I know, just like certain high-end individuals around this world, when you become the man, you become the target. And there'll be a lot of people trying to poison me to kill me off. That's not going to happen anytime soon, okay? We know Betty Haywood's pear. Betty Haywood's actually introducing some new fruit recently. It's actually really good, okay? Maybe I'll actually try that sometime, a different day. Because I really trust Betty Haywood when it comes to that, because her farming products are absolutely incredible. absolutely incredible. But I think we'll leave it there for now because we have actually done some great content. I'm sure this will be locked behind a paywall anytime soon, just like all the other amazing stuff. As for all the other idiots out there on YouTube streets and all the true crime communities, all this dodginess going on, all this two-faced, hypocritical, narcissistic behavior, it's natural selection at the end of the day. As for me, I'm off to hang out with some big boys in higher places. You know what that's all about, and it's not even 5 guys. Hell, it's 100 guys. That's what I'm all about. I'm Mr. X, and it's now time to go. It's now time to sign my death wish, and it's also my time to sign another weekly newsletter, which only 2 people, which are my 2 accounts in the background, will actually bother watching. I'm out. I wish you nothing but the best of luck, but I heard Watcher Crazy is coming on to the live panel shortly, and I want nothing to do with that. I don't want Watcher Crazy anywhere near me, so I'm going right now.